Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to all of you. Good evening, everybody. Abelendi, inbox me afterward. So, après live là, moi je vais parler ensemble avant, okay? So, inbox moi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mirdelyn. If tonight is your first time you're about to assist me, I want to welcome you. So, tonight we're going to go over third conditional, okay? So, à soir, nous pourrons réviser troisième conditionnel. Et nous pourrons montrer comment que vous utilisez yo. OK? So, s'il vous plaît, mes amours, partagez live là pour moi. Laguez live là sur yon groupe. Invitez yon amis. Invitez yon famille. Fait tout le monde connaît que cours anglais nous a commencé kounya. OK? So, pas oublier, à soir, on a fait troisième conditionnel. Et nous pourrons montrer comment que vous can appliquer yo. OK? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my camera around and we're going to start. Give me 1 second. All right. Here we go. So we're going to start with number 1. N'a commencé avec premier partie, OK? If. L'autre des mots if nan langue anglais, if vle di si. If she had found his phone number, she might have called him for the party. Qui vle di? Si fiyan te jwen téléphone monsieur, li te gen droit rele monsieur pour fête lan. OK? Now, ça m vlo comprendre le wap utiliser third conditional, wap commencer phrase lan pa if. If I had. Ça vle di que si m te gen. OK? If I knew, si mte konen. Okay? Now, let's take a look at number 2. If she had driven carefully, she wouldn't have had an accident. Now, mpral dil slow pou j'aimerais have had an accident. If she had driven carefully, she wouldn't have had an accident. She wouldn't have had an accident. Ça veut dire que si fiyan te conduit bien, li te fait précaution, li patap fait yon accident. OK? Now, yo dou kon sa ke lo a fait third conditional ou supposé commencer phrase lan avec if. OK? Ou utiliser the word would. OK? Would have. Si c'est positif lan, si c'est négatif lan, wap di wouldn't have. Qui vle di would not have, right? Et puis verbe lan, yo dou pou metel nan participe. OK? So gade numéro 1 yo pas dit call, yo dit called. OK? Yo pas dit find, yo dit found. Yo pas dit drive, verbe lan c'est driven. OK? On fait numéro 3. If she had gone on a picnic, si fiyan tal non picnic, she would have had a lot of fun. Mamzelle tap gen an pile plaisir. OK? Pour arranger action dans phrase sa yo, m'bral dire slow pour j'aime connecter chaque mot. If she had gone on, if she had gone on, if she had gone on a, ouais, kote gen G-O-N-E, au lieu pour me dire gone on, moi connecter yo pour me dire gone on a. If she had gone on a picnic, she would have had a, OK? Now, pour le cas sorti naturel, tant qu'on native speaker, gen yon nan mo yo, an have lan avec had lan, wap moute yon la dan yo. OK? Sou kembe yo nan même ton, li pa bon. Accent wap paraît vraiment fort la dan. OK? M'bral di selon encore pour qu'attendre. If she had gone on, if she had gone on a, if she had gone on a picnic, she would have had a, she would have had, ouais, monte avec had lan, have lan, descend, had lan monte. She would have had a lot of fun. Le m'a dit normal, m'a dit comme ça pour. If she had gone on a picnic, she would have had a lot of fun. Ça veut dire que si fiyan tal non picnic, li tap gen en pile plaisir. Number 4. If I had waited for you more, if I had waited for you more, if I, where I l'am collé avec if lan. If I had waited for you more, waited for you more, I would have missed the plane. If I had waited for you more, I would have missed the plane. Ça veut dire que si m'te rete pour plus temps, moi tap raté vol lan. Okay? Number 5. If Mary had a meeting, if Mary had, ouais, deux mots yo, mais gen yon nan had lan ou oblige monter avec, okay? If Mary had a meeting, she would have gone to the office. She would have gone to the office. To the office. Gen moun ki tap di to the office li pa bon. OK? So j'aime ba nou en pile technique. De pou ouais, ou gen mot de an qui suivent par yon voyelle ou pas prononcer THEA comme de ou prononcer comme di. Ou fait comme si te gon Y après di lan pour di the office. The office. The office. If Mary had a meeting, if Mary had a meeting, she would have gone to the office. She would have gone to the office. OK? Ça veut dire que si Marie te gen yon rendez-vous, li tap prale nan office lan. All right, number 6. If he had been good at math, if he had, ouais, hi pas tellement foncé sous li. Le pourquoi? Parce que le moment mal foncé sous li trop, right? Le ma prend had lan, lang mwen pral lou. OK? So m'oblige dire comme ça. If he had been good at math, he would have got a high score from the exam last week. If he had been good at math, si monsieur t'es fort dans mathématiques, he would have got a high score from the exam last week. Li tap gen un gros note nan examen semaine passée. OK? OK. Number 7. If we had had the necessary ingredients, ouais, ou pas séparé yo. If we had had the necessary ingredients for a cake, ou pas tande me di for a cake, for a, etan kou passe sou li, ou touche a, mais ou pas camper sou li. If we had had the necessary ingredients for a cake, we could have made a cake. We could have made a cake. Ça veut dire que si nous te gen ingrédients nécessaires pour yon gâteau, nous te ka fè yon gâteau. If we had had the necessary ingredients for a cake, we could have made a cake. All right? Number 8. If I had been a smart boy, I would not have annoyed my mother. OK, ça c'est négatif là. L'autre dit I would not have, ça veut dire que moi pas tap ka. OK, I would have, moi tap ka. I wouldn't have, moi pas tap ka. OK? If I had been a smart boy, Ça veut dire que si ton petit garçon intelligent, I wouldn't have annoyed my mother. Moi pas tap ka emmerder maman. I would not have annoyed my mother. OK? Ou ka fait contraction au lieu pour dire I would not have, wap dit I wouldn't have annoyed my mother. OK? Now, on fait là avec contraction pour Jean sonner. If I had been a smart boy, I wouldn't have annoyed my mother. Ça veut dire que si m'étais un petit garçon intelligent, on pas tap ka emmerder maman. All right? Let's scroll down. Number 9. If I had found her address, if I had found her address, if I had found her address, I would have sent her an invitation. I would have sent her an invitation. An invitation. Ou me fait tout fait en seul. OK? M'bral dire slow pour qu'attendre. If I had found her address, si m'te joine adresse li, I would have sent her an invitation. Moi tap voye yon invitation pour li. I would have sent her an invitation. 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 Okay? Now, dans sens normal là, if I had found her address, I would have sent her an invitation. Si m'te joine adresse li, moi tap voye yon invitation pour li. If I could have spoken English very well, I would have talked to the tourists in Paris. OK? Ça veut dire que si m'te ka parler anglais très bien, moi tap parler ensemble avec touristes yo dans Paris. OK? If I could have spoken, moi fait contraction. Au lieu pour me dire if I could have spoken, ou gen wa dire comme ça tout, OK? Pour faire plus court, ou dit if I could have spoken English, if I could have spoken English, ou connecté yo. If I could have spoken English very well, I would have talked to the tourists in Paris. Si m'te ka parler anglais très bien, m'ta parler avec touristes yo à Paris. All right? Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the camera on me, okay? So we're going to do some verbal sentences together, okay? Now, if you had done your homework, you would have passed my class. Ça veut dire que si tu fait devoir ou t'as passé classe moi. De pourtant dans langue anglaise, yo do you would have, ça veut dire ou tap. OK? You could have ou tap ka. Il y a une grande différence lors di moun nan ou tap avec ou tap ka. OK? Now, lem do kon sa ke I could have moi tap ka. I couldn't have moi pa tap ka. OK? Now, I would have moi tap. I would not have moi pa tap. All right? Now, if I had listened to my parents, if I had listened, listen lan la gen ed la dan, because you do pour conjuguer verb lan nan participe, which is lest and ed. If I had listened to my parents, this wouldn't have happened to me. Ça veut dire que si m'te tande param, ça pas t'a privé. If I had listened to my mother, si m'te tande maman, this wouldn't have happened to me. Ça pas t'a privé. Okay? If you had obeyed the teacher, si ou te obéi professeur, you would have passed the course. Ou t'a passé classe lan, OK? Là ou dit you would have passed, non pass lan, wap met ed la dan. Remember, yo dou kon sa ke verb lan, ou pa metel nan présent simple, wap metel nan participe. OK? Now, if you had eaten your food, if you had eaten, OK? Di pa gen ing non, mwen pa di eating, mwen di eaten, OK? If you had eaten your food, si ou te manje, you wouldn't have been hungry. ou pas tap grand goût. If you had eaten your food, you wouldn't be hungry. Sou te manje ou pas tap grand goût, ok? Pour ka wè si phrase lan normal, ou suppose ka fel tous les deux gens, mais c'est une seule phrase lan. You wouldn't be hungry if you had eaten your food. Ou pas tap grand goût si ou te manje ou, ok? Now, si m'dou kon sa que if I had obeyed the teacher, si m'te obey professeur, I would have passed the course. Mwen tap passé classe lan. I would have passed the course if I had obeyed the teacher. Mwen tap passé classe lan si m'te obéi professeur lan. Tous les deux c'est même phrase là. OK? So elle make sense non bol, pas make sense non l'autre là ça veut dire pas bien dire. OK? Now, si m'dou kon sa que if you had talked to me, si ou te parlé avem, I would have helped you. Mwen tap aidé ou. I would have helped you if you had talked to me. Mwen tap aidé ou si ou te parlé avem. Le wap mette talk lan, wap mette de la dan. OK? If you had talked to me, si ou te parlé avem, I would have helped you. Help lan li ge de la dan. I would have helped you if you had talked to me. Mwen tap ede ou si ou te parlé avem. Alright? If you had driven me to work, si ou te conduit m travail, I wouldn't have been late. Mwen pa tap an reta. I wouldn't have been late if you had driven me to work. Mwen pa tap an reta si ou te conduit m travail. OK? If you had driven me to work, si ou te conduit m travail, I wouldn't have been late. Mwen pa tap an reta. I wouldn't have been late if you had driven me to work. Mwen pa tap an reta si ou te conduit m al travail. I want to take this time to thank each and all of you for watching. If tonight is your first time watching me, my name is Mirdelyn. We meet every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you have not subscribed with me on YouTube, after this live, go to YouTube, type Apprendre Anglais avec Miss Mirdelyn. That's how you be able to subscribe with me. Si à soir c'était première fois suivre moi, m'abdou merci et m'abdou bienvenue. Si c'était deuxième ou troisième fois, bienvenue encore. Non, moi c'est Miss Mirdelyn. Nous rencontrer chaque lundi, mercredi et vendredi. Ou même qui pourquoi abonner ensemble avec après live là, add sur YouTube, taper Apprendre Anglais avec Miss Mirdelyn. C'est là où ka abonner ensemble avec. Que bon Dieu m'en béni, que bon Dieu m'en guide, que bon Dieu m'en fait out ensemble avec. Ou même qui t'a remet gen livre verb yo, livre verb que m't'a conjugué ta le yo, livre lan gen yo tout, ou t'a remet gen livre grammaire yo, contactez-moi 772 777 0091 ou bien 617 419 53 81. Ou même qui t'a remet package pour casser ventou, ou même qui t'a remet gen machine nan, pour ka retirer cellulite, pour ka fon graisse nan ventou, contactez-moi 772 777 0091 ou bien 617 419 53 81. Ou même qui t'a remen prend classe citizenship lan, ou pas ka passer test citizenship lan pour ka vin yon citoyen américain, contactez-moi, moi ka aider ou même qui t'a remen vendre pour ka faire cop sur Amazon, relem moins ka aider ou même qui gen mauvais crédit ou t'a remen fixe crédit ou contactez-moi, moins ka aider. Moi même moi regarder la crédit 800 combien. So ça veut dire que si crédit m'ka very good, moi ka fait pour la même gens tout. OK? MC Indel 772 777 0091 ou bien 617 419 53 81. Guys, please partagez live là pour moi. Partagez-la avec amis ou, partagez-la avec famille ou, lagez live là sur un groupe. Et ou même qui t'a remis pour un coup privé ensemble avec, oui, nous bay coup anglais à privé tout. Quel que soit niveau qu'on y est, nous qu'à travailler ensemble avant, on fait encore 772 777 0091 ou bien 617 419 53 81. Thank you guys so much. Stay positive. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye.